Okay, I think we're live now. Let me just check. Test. I think we're having some connection issues this time. I heard from friends they don't have good connection today, so I hope we'll be okay. Okay, I can hear myself now. Okay, let's just invite people to come in our live. Thank you so much for your patience. Let me just invite some other people, okay? Please stay tuned. All right, I think we can start now. I'm not sure of the internet connection though. Um, I've been having a not so good connection since um, early today, so I hope it will be fine. But yeah, let's still have the class today. Today we'll be discussing about multiplication of decimals for grade 5. This is up to two decimal places by one to two digit whole numbers. To those who are new to my channel, welcome to JP on board. My name is John Paul Oira, or JP for short, hence JP on board. And yeah, I've been doing this for a couple of months already to help our students and teachers who are learning from home, especially those doing modular classes. Those doesn't have online class, so it would be difficult for them. It may, it may not really will be difficult, but may be difficult for them learning without actual, face-to-face classes. But although this is not still face-to-face, at least I try to explain to you the lessons, right? Okay, so I've been doing math lessons from grade 1, grade 2, 5, I think, in grade 4, I think. Yeah. So this time, this is for grade 5. If you know of someone who is in grade 5 who has this lesson for this week, or may have this lesson next time, or wants to review about this, please share this video to them. This will be published in my channel. Um, After the live, a couple of minutes or hours after that, you can share the video, share the link, so you can help more people. Okay, so let's just see if we have comments or whatever. Okay, so we have some viewers. Daghang salamat for viewing. Okay, let's just pull out our resource. By the way, if you have questions during the class, just don't hesitate to ask. Okay, just comment in the comment section below. Oh, it's not opening. Okay, I'm still opening the module. I got this from um, a student of grade 5 here in a school in in Negros Oriental in Dumaguete. Yeah. Okay. I think this will be fine. Still opening. All right. Okay. Again, this module is not mine. This is provided for us by some of my friends who have um, you know friends or relatives who are learning right now. So I borrowed it from them. So thank you very much to them and to the schools who provide this module. This is yours. This is not mine. I'm just supplementing your lesson. Okay, so here we go. Okay. Okay, so our lesson today. All right, so let's start. Our lesson today is module number 2, week quarter 2, week 4. Multiplies decimals up to two decimal places by one to two digit whole numbers. So I'll try to speak in Bisaya and English, no? Para makasabot ta. So kani siya multiplication ni siya sa decimals up to um, uh, two digits whole numbers and up to two decimal places lang because pang grade 1 pa man siya, no? Okay. Right. Okay. Dayon. Okay. So I forgot the South City Elementary School. Thank you so much for providing this. I just borrowed this from them actually. So the title is multiplies decimals up to two decimal places by one to two digit whole numbers. So natay um, numbers na ay two decimal places and then i-multiply siya sa one to two digit whole number. So, mag-multiply tag decimal number o ang whole number. Okay? Mo siya na rin. Unsa ang decimal? But I assume nga before mo nag-class ani about aning decimal places and multiplication of decimal, naka kuan na mo, naka-discuss na mo what decimal numbers are, right? So we don't have to go back to that. But a simple, very, very simple, how do you call it? Very, very simple explanation sa decimal is they are the numbers with a point in between, no? So example, 1 point something, muna siya ang decimal. It's part of a whole. Mura na siya og um, other representations sa fraction. Okay? Alright, sige. Continue tayo. So, the lesson says, multiply decimals by whole numbers. So, decimals times whole number. Multiply them as whole numbers. So, first that we do, so, kung ano siya na, muna na siya ang style. Um, we multiply them as whole numbers. So more tag mag-multiply sa ila as whole numbers, not as not confusing our minds na decimal siya or whole number siya, but we multiply them as whole numbers, okay? And then simply count the number of decimal places of the factors to determine the number of decimals in the product. So, ang pasabot ana is after we have multiplied them as whole numbers, we will now place the point or the decimal point where we will count the number of decimal places sa atong factor, sa atong pang-multiply, atong multiplicand or multiplier. I think that's the right term for those two numbers that we divide, we multiply our factors. We count the number of decimal places available or is presented. And after we count that, we apply that to our product. Again, atong ihapon ang decimal places, atong factors, atong ipa-multiply na numbers, and then we will use the number, atong gamiton ang number of decimal places sa atong product. At an example dere, let me try to make this a bit bigger. Alright, let me pull out paint first. Ito ang scratch paper kay paint. Okay. So, wala to open ang paint. Yes, open na siya. That is our scratch paper. Scratch paper. Okay. Alright, so as mentioned here, we have we have an example here, 0.62. Pasensya ka akong agi ha. Kay sa paint ra dyan siya. Times 2. Okay? So, as mentioned here sa ato ang kuan, ato ang um, I mentioned in our resource here, multiply them as whole numbers. So we will multiply them as whole numbers. So, regular, mura tag multiply of whole numbers. Okay? So, first after is 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4. Then 2 times 6 is 12. And 2 times 0 is 0. So, no need to write it down. So, that according to atong resource dere, ang 0.62 has two decimal places. As mentioned there, you can see the resource, two decimal places. Then natay duwa, no? Kay mo mentioned dere. Then simply count the decimal places of the factors. Okay? So, natay duwa na daan sa 0.62 and sa 2 wala tayo decimal places. It's a whole number, so no decimal places. So we only have two decimal places. So 2 from 0.62, dua sa 0.62 and wala sa 2. So as mentioned here, okay, affix the decimal point in the product as determined by the number of decimal places of the factors. So natay two decimal places from our factors and then we will place the point or the decimal point to the product. Duwa ka buok. So we will count 2 from the right. From here, we have 1, 2. And we will place here the point. Ang answer is 1.24. So that's 0.62 times 2 is 1.24. Okay? All right. Let's see if we have some questions. I guess we don't have. Okay. Let's continue. All right. Let's see another example here. This is an activity for you already. Directions: color the heart red if the product is correct and blue if it is wrong. So let's try to answer na. So no, let's try. Let's answer it. Ato ansiran and ato i-check kung sakto siya koloran ang heart o red. And then kung wrong, blue ang i-color. So if this is your module, kung yun yung module, mag-crayon and shade it. Okay? So the first one is 0.91 times 2. Let's see if it's 1.82. So multiply them as whole numbers. So first is 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 9 is 18. And 2 times 0 is 0, so we have 182. But we will count the number of decimal places. We have 1, 2 from 0.92, natay 2. And from 2, wala. We don't have a decimal place sa 2. So, sakto ba ang term, decimal place? No decimal place, correct. No decimal place. So, 2 atong decimal places, care of 0.91. So we have two decimal places, care of 0.91. We will place that in, starting from the right 1 to decimal point over here. So the answer is 1.82. So it's correct. So you will shade this with red because the product is correct. Let's have the other example. 0.81 times 12. Kani siya duwa na kabuok ang iyahang factors. Okay. I mean, doon na mo kayahang places, digits, right? So, oh, I'm sorry, wrong akong select. Wrong. It's just 0.8 times 12 times 12. Okay, so let's try to multiply it. If sakto. No, kung sakto siya atong coloran of red, if it's correct, we'll shade the heart red, if not blue. So 2 times 8, the habok 8, 2 times 8 is 16. Okay. And then, 2 times 0 is 0. So, wala. And then we move to the next one, kaning 1 here, nampatay 1, kay tuwa man siya. But we move ato ang column sa next column na 1 times wait lang, ha? So 1 times 8 is 8. But let's just check it, double check. Let me just check the resource now if it's correct. Let's pause for a while. Wait lang, I'm just verifying something. Oops. Wrong. Okay. Okay. Let's continue. So let us multiply this number. So we um, how do you call that? We multiply them as whole numbers. So we remove the decimals first. So it's easier. We remove it like 8 times 12. Now, it's also easier if we place according to an easier way. Um, the term is place the longer number on top. So we will place the longer number on top. So it will become 12 times 8. Okay? Makita pa ba? 12 times 8 para easier, no? Okay, and this is the time that we will carry the number so that we can solve it. So first we multiply 8 times 2. 8 times 2 is 16. So where do we place the 1? We place it on sa taas, on top of the second digit. And then we continue. 8 times 1 is 8 times 1 is 8. And then we add it the one that we carried. So 8 times 1 is 8, plus 1 is 9. So it becomes 96. Okay? And then I was just recalling earlier, the first solution I gave us wrong. This is the correct one. And then we count the number of decimal places sa atong original na equation. Uh-huh. Our original equation has 0 0.8, we have one decimal place. 12, we don't have a decimal place, so it only has one decimal place. So we start from here, 1. So it is 9.6. The answer is 9.6. So the equation here is wrong, so we will shade it with the color blue. Okay? So that's how you do it. Next one is 9.1 times 5. Okay, let's have a solution here. So 9.1 times 5. So it's easier if we just uh, do not think about the point yet or the decimal point. We multiply them as whole numbers. So 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 9 is 45, right? 35 is 45. And then, okay, and then we count the decimal places. In 9.1, we have one decimal place. In 5, we don't have a decimal place, so it's just 1. So we will start here, 1. So the answer is 45.5. So the one in the equation is wrong, so you shade it with blue. Okay, moving forward to the next example, 0.25 times 4. So we don't think first of the decimal places. We just multiply it as whole number. So 4 times 5 is 20. So 2 digits already. So we place the first digit here, 0, and then 2, we carry it on top of the next digit of the first number. And 4 times 2 is 8, and then we add 2. 8 plus 2 is 10. Okay, and then we count the decimal places. In 0.25, we have 2. In 4, we don't have. So we have 2 decimal places. That is dua ka decimal place. So we will start here, 1, 2. So our answer is 1.00 or 1. So we shade it with red because it's correct. Okay, last example over here, 0.51. 0.51 times 32. Okay, again, 0.51 times 32. So, and then 32. The same. Uh-huh. 0 point, sakto ba? 0 point, excuse me, 0.51 times 32. 0.51 times 32. Just verifying. Okay. Okay, so let's start with that. We have, so we don't think of decimal place first. We have 2 times 1 is 2. And then 2 times 5 is 10. So we have that 10. And then we continue with the next number because we have 2 digits. We continue the next number. We have 3 times 1 is 3. Sa second column na magbutang, we place it in the second column. And 3 times 5 is 15. Okay. All right. And then we add it. We add it, okay, because we have we have two digits. So 2 plus 0 is 2, 0 plus 3 is 3, 1 plus 5 is 6, and 1 is 1. So we have 1,632, but we have decimal places pa. In 0.51, you have 2 decimal places. In 32, you don't have. So naada kay dua ka decimal places. You only have 2 decimal places. So we start from here, 1, 2. So the answer is 16.32. So the equation given here is wrong. So you shade it with blue. That's how you do it. All right, let's continue. So we have a lot of examples here. Let's just scan first the module if it's similar, if there's no discussion already. We'll be just answering. Okay, find the product, encircle the letter of the correct answer. Next is multiply decimals with factors up to 2 decimal places. I think this is the kaana. Okay, we'll just answer kaana lang. Two examples, and then we'll go to the next part, lesson number 2. Okay, so let's have that. Okay, we have 0.21 times 2. 0.21 times 2. Okay, 0.21 times 2. Okay, so we have 2. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. And then decimal place. So we have in 0.21 natay dua ka decimal places. We have 2 decimal places. In 2 we don't have, so we only have 2 decimal places. So we start here 1, 2, 0 point na dira. So the answer is 0.42. So the answer here is letter B. Okay, let's try number 5. Okay, daghan siya. 1.21 times 8. 1.21 times 8. 1.21 times 8. Okay, all right. So it starts with here 8 times 1 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16. We put the first digit here 6 and we carry the 1 above. 8 times 1 is 8 plus 1 on top we have 9. So, and then we will now apply the decimal place. So in 1.21, we have 2 decimal places. In 8, we don't have, wala tayo decimal place. 8 natay duwa lang, tanan-tana. So we apply here, 1, 2. So the answer is 9.68, which is letter C. Okay, let's continue. All right, so lesson 2 tells us multiplies decimals with factors up to 2 decimal places. So 2 decimal places na ang factors. Similar lang lagay. To multiply decimal numbers, multiply the numbers just as if they were whole numbers. So matong ibuat ganiha. Multiply it as if they're whole numbers. So multiply ta, number as like whole numbers. Line up the numbers on the right. Do not align the decimal points. Okay. And then, starting at the right, multiply each digit in the top number by each digit in the bottom, just as with whole numbers. So, but we are just multiplying here with whole number. So, ang step 3 is do not align the decimal points. Okay, we'll follow that. And then add the products. Okay, then place a decimal point in the answer by starting at the right and moving a number of places equal to the sum of the decimal places in both numbers multiply. I think the same lang, mas longer lang, mas daghan lang ang koan. Let me just check first if I'm doing well in the live. With whole numbers. So okay, I think we're fine. All right. So I think this is the same what we did earlier. Pareho ra siya. Mas daghan ra decimal places each. Both of the factors has decimal places already. So let's try this. 112.55 times 2.3. Is it? Oh, wait lang ha. 112 ne? Or just 12? I am not sure of the example. Point 55 times. Okay, I think not. I think it's 2.55 times 2.3. Okay, now wala na na-align ato ang ato number. It's actually 2.55 only times 2.3. Okay, the ones here above are the ones that we carry. No, wala siya na-align. So um, let's try to answer that. So okay, it's now 2.55 times 2.3. So we will just multiply as if they are whole numbers. So 3 times 5 is 5. That's 15. So we put 5 here and the one above comes taas. 3 times 5 is 15 plus 1 is 16. Okay, and we carry 1 again. 3 times 2 is 6 plus 1 is 7. Hence, it's 765 there. And then we move to the next digit. Kiduwa atong digit sa ato ang second factor. 2 times 5 is 10. So we have 0. Carry 1. Put that the same. 2 times 5 is 10 again. Plus 1, it's 11. Carry 1, the same number, carry 1. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. So we have 510. And then we add it. So 5 plus 0 is 5. 6 plus 0 is 6. 7 plus 1 is 8. And then 5 plus 0 is 5. And then we count the number of decimal places. There is a 2.55, we have 2 decimal places. In 2.3, we have 1 decimal place. Like, let's count 1, 2, and then 1. So 1, 2, 3. So we have 3 decimal places in all. So from here, sa itong product, we count to 3. 1, 2, 3. So the answer is, atong point, 5.865. So that's the answer sa atong example in the module. Okay, let's move forward with another example. Activity. Choose the correct answer from the box above. Write your answer inside the circle. Okay. Okay, so natin answers here sa box sa taas. We have answers here, then like it's matching type, no? I think similar. So we have answers in the box, and then we will use it sa we will find the answer there with our numbers. So let's try to answer 2.55, 2 sets. This is number 1. 2.55 times 2.2. Again, they don't need to align the decimal points as mentioned here. Do not align the decimal points. It's okay. Just multiply its digit by by each digit in the bottom number just as with whole numbers. So we'll multiply it as if they're whole numbers. Okay? Okay, let's go back to that example or this activity. Okay, so 2.55 times 2.2. Okay, so we started here. 2 times 5 is 10. So we write 0 here and we carry 1 to the next digit. 2 times 5 is still 10 plus 1 sa atong gi-carry. The one that we carried is 11. And then we have, so carry 1. 2 times 2 is 4 plus 1 that we carried, it's 5. And then we go to the next next digit. Okay, so 2 times 5 is 10. Making sure that this is the next column. 0 and then carry 1 sa taas. 2 times 5 is 10 plus 1 sa atong taas here, sa atong carry, it's 11. Carry 1 na po sa other side. 2 times 2 is 4 plus 1 is 5. So actually the same. And then we add it. 0 plus 0 is 0. 1 plus 0 is 1. 5 plus 1 is 6. And then we bring down 5. Okay, wala man siya ilain sa taas. And then we count the number of decimal places. In 2.55, we have 1, 2 decimal places. In 2.2, we have 1, a total of 3 decimal places. And we'll apply that to the product. So from here, we count 3, 1, 2, 3. So it's 5.61. Another atong answer sa taas, somewhat there. Okay, let's try number 4. Dawa lang atong gamiton, ha? Ang siran. 3.9 times 5.2. 3.9 times 5.2. Wait lang, ha? I cannot find the answer. 3.9 times 5.2. Okay, it's not here, so let's just move to another example na lang so that you will not be confused. Let's try 9.3 times 1.1. Okay, kani answer. Okay, 9.3 times 1.1. Okay, 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 9 is 9. We continue the next digit. 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 9 is 9. And then we add. 3 plus 0 is 3. 9 plus 3 is 9, 10, 11, 12. Carry 1. 1 plus 9 is 10. And then we will count the number of decimal places at factors. We have 1, we have 2. 1, 2. Applying it at product. 1, 2. The answer is 10.23, and then we have that in the box. That's how you do it. Okay? Next is find the product. That's the last part. We'll answer 2 na pod. Let's try number 2. Kanisha, same apply. Same rules apply. Okay? So we have, let's try number 2. 0.5 times 0.5. Unless you have questions, I think we don't have. Hi, we have some comments from my friend. We have Hannah Jane CE. Um, she's my friend. She's in Canada right now. She said watching here, my friend. Thank you, my friend, for supporting this live. Can please also subscribe to her channel. If you can see in the comment section below, in the chat section, Hannah Jane CE or Hannah Janice or Hannah Jane CE. Subscribe to her channel here in YouTube because she will see a lot of updates, especially showbiz updates nowadays. She gives you showbiz updates, very, very timely showbiz updates actually. And also her life in Canada and here in the Philippines when she visited, but she's in Canada right now. She also has a lot of vlogs regarding how to go about being a PR or permanent resident in Canada, if I'm not mistaken. Um, and a parang a Filipino in Canada. So she has a lot of videos about that. Please subscribe to her channel. Her channel is click below in the chat section. Hannah Jane CE. All right. Also a lot of showbiz news from her. So please uh, subscribe to her. Yes, she mentioned here showbiz updates. Love it. Yeah, she has a lot of showbiz updates. It's very timely, really, really timely. She has a page on Facebook and follow it. And um, there's some showbiz news. She has also the updates. So if you want to be updated with showbiz stuff, follow her, like her page in Facebook. That's Hannah Jane CE, or subscribe to her channel here in YouTube, Hannah Jane CE. Okay, you can check the correct spelling in the chat section. Okay, okay. Now let's go to our last two examples. So 0.5 times 0.5. Thank you, friend. Love watching your live. Thank you very much, friend. Thank you, Jude. Okay, so 0.5 times 0.5. 5 times 5 is 25. So let's put the 5 here and 5 ang 2 sa taas, carry the 2. 5 times 0 is 0 plus 2 it's 2. Okay? And then, sakto ba? I think it's wrong. Wait lang. 0, uh, let's review it ha. Okay, 5 times 5 is 25. Sometimes I get confused by how simple this math is, and then once you do it yourself, you get confused. So let me just verify just to give you the right answer. Get it. Okay, 5 times 5 is 25. You put the 5 here and the 2 above. And then carry it. Okay, dua habok ang digit sa answer. And then 5 times 0 is 0 plus 2 is 2. Okay, and then next digit is 0 times 5 is 0, and 0 times 0 is 0, or pwede na siya wala, and then you add it, carry 5, you bring down 5 here, 2 plus 0 is 2, and bring down 0, and let's count the number of decimal places. We have so 0.5, we have 1, another 0.5, we have 1, so 2 tanan. So we count it, 1, 2, so the answer is 0.25. Okay. Next is, let's try the last number, the one not on zero and half, so that you have also, a chance to do it on your own. Let's have 7.03 times 18. Okay, let's try that. Where's my scratch paper? 7.03 times 18. So Fanisha, have a lot of digits already coming in. So, all right. So let's try now one at a time. 8 times 3. 8 times 3 is, can you use calculator? If not, then you add 8 plus 8 plus 8. So that's 3 times 8 plus 8 is 16. 16 plus 8 is 24. Let's verify. 24. No. And then 4 here, carry the 2 above. 8 times 0 is 0, plus 2 is 2. Okay, and the next 8 times 7, 8 times 7, can you use a calculator for that? Is 56, or you can just add 8 kabuok, ay 7 kabuok 8. Okay. Let me verify first, okay, so that I'm giving you the right answers. Okay, and then we go to the next koan, next digit. Oh, wrong. Sorry. Let's erase this first. Next digit is, okay, 1. 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 7 is 7. And then you add it. 4 times nothing, 4 plus nothing is 4. 2 plus 3 is 5. 6 plus 0 is 6. 5 plus 7, so 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 is 12. So you have these numbers, but you apply the decimal places. In 7.03, it's two decimal places. We have 1, 2. In 18, we don't have, so we just apply two decimal places from the right. 1, 2, there. And the answer is 126.54. That's 7.03 times 18 is 106.54. Okay, I think that's the last part of the module. It is the last part of the module. So that's how you do it. That's how we multiply numbers. Dito sa um, recap, no? Or recap it. Multiply numbers with decimal digits or decimal places. Okay, so if you don't have questions, you don't have, I think, you don't have questions, let's try to recap lang ato ang koan lesson. So it's multiplying the numbers just as they were whole numbers. So you multiply the numbers as if they're whole numbers. So not think of decimal places yet. So mag-multiply ta without thinking sa decimal places. Ha? No. Line up the numbers on the right, but you do not align the decimal points. You don't need to align the decimal points. Okay, align lang sila to the right. No? For example, kaning 2.55 times 2.3, align to the right, something like this. Okay, and then multiply that. Starting on the right, multiply each digit in the top by top number by each digit in the bottom. So multiply lang sila, paana, just as whole numbers. And then we will add the products. Okay, add the products. So example, this 3 times 5 is 15. We have 5 here, carry 1. 3 times 5, 15, plus 1 here is 6. Carry 1, okay, 16 man. 3 times 2 is 5, plus 1. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. And then, 2 na punta, 2 times 5 is 10. So, we put the 0 here, carry 1. 2 times 5 is 10, plus 1, it's 11. Carry 1 over here. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1, it's 5. And then you add it. So 3, 6 plus 0, 6, 7 plus 1, 8, 5 here. And then you count the decimal places. So we have two decimal places for 2.55. We have 1, 2, 1 for 2.3, 1. So it's 1, 2, 3, 3 decimal places. So we apply it here, 1, 2, 3. So the answer is 5.86. Sorry, this is 5. Sorry, this is 5, not 3. 5. Okay, it's not clear. It's 5.865. That's our answer for 2.55. 2.55. Sorry, but ikay kaagi. Lisod kaya ang mouse ganito. Times 2.3 equals 5.865. Okay, so that's how you multiply numbers with decimal places. And then that's the end of our module today. Daghang salamat for watching my live. I hope you I hope you learned something today. If you know of someone who need this lesson, need to learn this lesson, please share this to them. This will be published in YouTube a few moments after the the uh, the live ends, and you can just share the video whoever needs this one. Again, thank you so much for watching my live. Thank you very much to Henna, who is in Canada right now, for watching, and to the viewers who are watching right now. We have some 5 to 7 viewers throughout the time, so thank you so much for that. Thank you very much for taking time and watching me doing some math stuff. And if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please support this channel by hitting the subscribe button to have more math lessons. And did it move? Okay, to have more math lessons and um, where is that? I'm confused. Huh? And other videos also that I have, actually, um, travel videos, hobbies, mermaiding videos, food vlogs, and other stuff. So please subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell. And thank you very much, Hannah. Bye. Thank you very much, all the viewers. And yeah, JP on board. My name is John Paul Oira, JP for short here, and JP on board. Thank you very much for your support, and see you next time. If you have modules you wish for me to discuss, just send it to me. Okay, dagang salamat to everybody, and have a happy weekend. Stay safe. Mabuhay.